Hey guys, welcome to today's podcast. This is the first time the podcast club is doing a real segment, and it's all thanks to Dylan right here. He's the one who put it all together, and I really appreciate it.
No problem. So, you want to ask the first question?
Yeah. Actually, today we'll be talking about homecoming with Brandon Webster, part of the class of 2025 student council. So I guess we'll go off right now. So Brandon, tell us, what is your role of what is your specific role in the student council, and what kind of jobs do other people do in it?
Right on. So I am the vice president for the class of 2025. In total, I believe there's 7 roles. You got the 4 representatives. You've got the president. You've got the secretary who kind of takes notes and all that. And you've got the money manager. I forget the exact word for that, but treasurer. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's honestly just a whole group effort. It really is. I wouldn't say any one role is a leader, or you'll see it if you go to the meetings, if you're ever part of it, that it's not just you have a head kind of telling everyone else what to do. It helps to have a leader and a guider, but honestly, it's everyone's just collaboration ideas.
It's
putting it,
it's just a lot easier to come up with ideas with a lot of people,
100%.
right? So everybody's involved.
Absolutely.
Great.
Yes.
That's really good. Next question. So this is about homecoming. So Dylan.
So, why did you choose Enchanted Forest as your theme for this year's homecoming?
Right. So this we get this question a lot, but so actually the choice of theme for homecoming was not the current student council. That was the student council before us. So that was I guess our freshman year. That was homecoming is a huge task. I underestimated so much about this whole endeavor.
Really?
And it was, you have a little bit of preparation before even the next student council comes in. So what they did was they picked the theme. They kind of started to build that base that you eventually build off of at the next student council or whoever stays on and stuff like that. There was no predicting, of course, who would be on the next student council.
I guess it's pretty difficult to the student council beforehand has to make the preparations, and then if a new student council is elected, of course there will be, but the different changes, depending how big the changes are, it's gonna be a difference in how the homecoming is arranged and
absolutely
how it's set up.
Yeah, it's a group effort even outside of just that, because you have to imagine our surprise when we, we're just handed these we were handed all the papers and told that we had this amount of money. We had to raise this much money in order to get what we want for the homecoming, and it's a whole lot of budgeting. And
have you reached that budget goal? Have you gone above what you spent?
So recently we've been doing a lot of stuff. So we're good. We're set for homecoming. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Good to know.
It's going to be
Saturday.
It is. It's this Saturday, October 7th. It's going to be a lot of fun, and that's already set. So really, all we need to do now is kind of get down to the really specific stuff. Where the decorations are going to be put, how we want the kind of atmosphere to be. The DJ, coolest guy I've ever met in my life.
Really?
He is so cool. You guys,
Nice.
You guys are gonna love him.
That's
And let's see, where was I? We kind of lost my train of thought here.
good stuff you have in homecoming.
Oh, that's what it was. So the budget, that was your question, right?
Yeah.
The budgeting. So homecoming set, and the concessions and stuff like that. You might have seen us during the football game. We were concessions. Concessions, all the ticket sales go towards prom. So down payments on prom. So any money we make there is going towards prom instead of homecoming, because at that point it'd be really late to kind of put a lot of.
So I know prom is a lot, right?
Oh yeah, it's
down payment is
so
quite a bit.
Down
too.
payments are hefty. The whole prom
Yeah.
is definitely not cheap. runs around $15,000-$20,000 for a single class, which is pretty impressive.
So you have to really balance homecoming and prom for this year and
It's-
next year. Wow.
You have to
2 years in a row.
and then you do little stuff like concessions, which
Mhm.
actually you'd be surprised really don't make you that much money in the grand scheme of things. It's really just you gotta kind of focus on the money's a factor, but you gotta have fun while doing it. Like
Yeah, of course.
being part of the student council is really just an amazing thing. Like
Yeah.
it's you gotta have money in the back of your mind and everything else kind of in the front.
Good balance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dylan, do you have our next question for Brandon?
Let's see.
I have a good one.
Are we on the last
I have a
one?
good one. So actually, I had this question when we were talking about like the different ideas for the segments. It was like, why is homecoming? Like, why do we have homecoming? So I thought that was a really cool idea, like the history of it. So I did some research.
Oh, you did some research for me.
Yeah, not very
Right
much,
on.
of course, but I got this stuff from Wikipedia. It says
Reliable.
the tradition of
Good source.
homecoming has its origin in alumni football games held at colleges and universities since the 19th century.
Yeah, so that was kind of my understanding, right? The football team comes
Yeah.
home. It's a big game, and you kind of have like a celebration afterwards. So.
Exactly. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just decided I'd share that.
Absolutely.
So
Are we on the last one?
yeah. So how much money have we raised so far?
So I wouldn't know the numbers exactly. That's a Shyla question. That's a treasurer question. But
yeah, of course.
I would say somewhere in the realm. So the tickets actually that we sold for homecoming. Yes, I know $30 was a lot of money. We get it, but so let's say 200 people, because I think it's around that, bought tickets.
Mhm.
All right, multiply that by 30. That's around like what, $6,000.
That's a good
That's a
amount.
lot.
That's good.
But
That's
that's probably only a bit of the dent.
So-
right. So
Prom.
realistically looking at it in the whole $20,000 plus prom, that's no, it's not a lot, but it helps out a ton. That's a
Yeah.
huge homecoming tickets are like a huge part of it. That and various fundraising activities that we'll do along the way is a big thing.
In fact, what kind of like other fundraisers do you have planned this year?
Yeah, so I think we're in the works of doing a canning drive, kind of like what the
Yes.
Air Shirley Band did.
Okay.
We're gonna have everybody, hopefully not on a cold winter day, like where snow's falling, but hopefully soon we'll get the forms all filled out and we'll be legally checked out to go stand probably at the corner like Main Street, kind of where Band did it, and
do
start some canning.
Oh,
You know, get some donations hopefully that way, and of course donations are always accepted. But
Yeah, course.
we also have we're hopefully going to do so. I've actually taken on a sort of personal pursuit of sponsorships, other
Mhm.
companies.
Yeah.
So I kind of quickly wrote up an email. Well, I say quickly, it took like a couple weeks to write out a really properly formatted, like business sounding
They
letter
wouldn't
and
take it seriously.
take
if you
it
didn't try
super
to-
seriously
Yeah.
because and then I just kind of brought it up during one of the meetings, had everyone look it over, give it the okay, and we sent it over to Cantina Oils, the same place that funded the sign for the football field.
Really? I didn't
yeah.
know they did that.
Yeah, that's why their logo is like huge on the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's- yeah.
That makes sense though. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
So we sent out the email, and it's currently in the works, but we might have $1,000 coming to us from Cantina Oils.
amazing.
So
Yeah.
just off of one sponsorship letter, and we plan to continue sending sponsorship letters to
That-
local businesses.
Yeah, I'm sure that like really helps.
Oh, tons,
Like-
tons.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I $1,000 is a lot coming from a singular
Mhm.
company, but that's what I mean. Like if we can keep sending those, if we can get the word out and kind of
Yeah.
keep sending those sponsorships,
The more the merrier.
the more the merrier.
More the merrier.
The more the merrier.
More the merrier.
I would
used
definitely-
to see a lot of them when I used to play football. You'd see it up at like the fencing by the stands.
Oh,
And Are
yeah.
they still there? Do they still have those sponsors? Like, are you gonna go
Sponsors.
through all
Oh.
of them and then get
Yeah.
all the money from them?
Yeah.
So this is actually, as far as I know, I could be wrong. Somebody in like the early 1900s could have done this, but as far as I know, we're like the first student council to actually send, or in this school, I'll say, in the school, we're the first class to send the sponsorship emails out. I don't know. I could be wrong. Totally. Just,
Yeah.
That's a random guess.
I
But I
mean,
haven't seen anyone else.
I haven't heard of sending
right.
an email to like
Right.
for sponsorships for
I haven't
student
heard.
council, but
And if anyone thought of that before, great job.
yeah.
Like,
But I mean,
good idea.
good job to you for like coming up with that and actually pursuing it. And, yeah, it's good.
It's my part of my job.
Perfect.
So, and back to like having more stuff planned. Last year you did boo bags, I think, stuff like that. You had multiple fundraisers during.
Yeah, so I know the last student council did like carnations and for homecoming, stuff like that. Obviously, it's a little late now, but we plan to do carnations and stuff like that in the future. Maybe like little Valentine's Day gifts, sort of holiday themed stuff.
Yeah.
That'll probably go into the fundraising as well. That'll be because those turn out.
You probably have to take into account like, I mean, you do look on the side of wanting to make money, but like, it's hard to look at that without trying to find something that people will be willing to spend money
It all
on.
goes back to putting that money thing in the back of
Exactly.
your mind. You really just got to think, what do people enjoy?
What is like a normal activity for people?
What's going to be fun,
Yeah.
right? And this has come up in so many meetings. Everyone really wants to do like a powder puff game or some sort of
I've heard a lot. About
yeah,
that. I've heard
or
about
like
that.
just having some sort of fun, like actually engaging activity that's not just like buying carnations, which is a lot of fun. Maybe if you buy like a teddy bear for your Valentine, like that can work. But doing something like a game would be a lot of fun. And at that point, it just comes to like e-board and it's a little bit out of our reach, just as like a student council that comes with a little bit more responsibility and upper management. But
yeah.
Do you have like trouble though with some like school spirit? Because in one of my classes they were discussing that like our school doesn't display that a lot. Is there like a plan for that?
That's as a student council we can only if we wanted to do like a spirit week, right? We could do that by, I don't know, posting it on our Instagram or just getting the word out in some way that our class would be doing like spirit week. But if the whole school is going to do like a spirit week, that's e-board stuff, that's administration stuff, that's those limits. There's a reason there's like an e-board. And
I do want a spirit week. I've been wanting that, but I
Let's
feel like
do it
the
in a
days.
while.
I feel like they can come up with better ideas for the days because the past ones, I don't know.
I mean,
I feel like a really good one. I've had this in the back of my head for like this idea in the back of my head for I don't know how long, but I wanted to have a crazy hair day or something like that.
They
and
do
like
that at the elementary school.
Any
I
day
would
I
go
wake
all
up is a
out.
crazy hair day.
Yeah, exactly. But like I'd come to school with like a mohawk. I'm not necessarily saying I'd do that.
You should. Or
But,
like
get your hair braided.
Yeah, or get my.
I mean,
hair
I wouldn't
braided or
wouldn't
something
say
like that.
like go bald, but
Yeah,
that'd be crazy.
Of course not.
And there was one they did with anything but your backpack. We had
Oh,
the
yes.
That was a
thing.
good
That
one.
was great.
That was a good.
No, when
one.
everybody can like start driving and stuff like that. Senior
Yeah.
year, bring anything but a car. Like, have you seen
Someone brought a microwave and stuff, like a safe.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was a bit too out of control, and our school probably won't do it again. And I think that can sometimes
No, we
be the
should.
Did it
issue
happen
with our
before?
school.
We did that before.
I think there was like. I know
That would
last
be a
year
good
we,
idea.
we did it, of course, but I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some pretty fun things that
Yeah.
people brought.
People get creative, like bring a
Yeah.
fridge or something. Like
Yeah, that's
know,
that's
that-
insane.
that would get out of hand. But
Of course, I don't have a spare fridge lying around that I
No.
could bring, but
no, actually, now that you,
yeah.
that's I don't know about fridge. Maybe a cardboard box is like all.
There's
like,
a lot of
really, that's-
cardboard boxes. I remember
Yeah.
someone brought a kiddie pool and just had their Chromebooks in it. It's like crazy.
Kiddie pool. Yeah, that works.
I think,
Yeah.
Was that our freshman year now? Like, I don't think they've
That was
done
a-
it in a while.
Yeah, I wouldn't, dude. I don't remember what I had for breakfast last morning. Like, I don't know what happened in freshman year.
Well, we have gone a little bit off topic, which is fine.
No,
This is a great
right.
conversation.
Homecoming.
Yeah, homecoming. I think that's most of our questions for you. I mean, Dylan, do you have any other questions?
Nope.
Do you have anything like any insight?
Any stuff to
or
add?
anything?
Ooh, that's what I'm thinking. So, decorations. We've actually been
Decorations. Yeah.
pretty creative with these. We're not. I don't think we have enough time to go through. We have like a slideshow, like 30 slides or something like that, which is different decoration ideas. Which I don't know if we're definitely not going to get through all those, but we have some pretty cool decorations, some really creative decoration. I mean,
Yeah.
So, like,
some
vines
people can get really artsy and like it's honestly impressive.
Are you gonna
Like-
try to have like other people join in and trying to set up or decorate for homecoming?
So I believe where you can kind of, if anyone wants to help out with the decorations and actual setup of
Mhm.
homecoming, I believe we can take a certain amount of people, and that would count for like community service hours or something.
Oh yeah.
But you would have
That's
to
definitely-
like just come to like me or Malia or any of those, any student council.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then and you can help us. It'll be on a Friday, I believe, like later on a Friday. Yeah, all that's like to be determined, I guess. And we'll come in, decorate, set up, and whatever we have at that point, we'll kind of
Okay.
dictate however much time.
Yeah. And just
Um,
bring however many people.
Right.
Kind of depends on how many things you can set up.
Absolutely. Well, and we're gonna have theoretically on paper all day, like as much time as we need, but we all want to go home eventually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. People
We're
don't want
gonna-
to be there for the whole day.
I know there are some pretty easy stuff like we've been making little paper flowers and stuff like that
I
to
did
put
see
everywhere. If
that.
you see that in Ms. Capasso's room,
Yeah.
you've got like
I actually made one. Or
you did.
one or two.
Thank you for your
actually.
contribution.
Yeah,
That's
of course.
very helpful. So that's work. We're just gonna kind of put those everywhere. There's a
Mhm.
massive arbor that me and
I think
a couple people
Is that
ended
in-
up building. That's in
yeah,
Ms. Capasso's.
okay.
It's a
You built that?
definitely a sore thumb. Yeah, we just bought like a arbor off of eBay,
okay.
and no, it was Amazon. Doesn't matter. We got off online. We got an arbor, cheap, flimsy Chinesium arbor,
Mhm.
and we kind of just assembled it. It's like 6 foot wide, about like 6 foot tall or something like that.
Yeah.
So pretty big arbor, I think. And we're gonna decorate it really cool. It's gonna have like
Yeah.
vines and
I-
lights,
I
lots
can
of
see it in my
lights.
mind. It's
lots
it
of
look-
lights.
yeah.
Like we're gonna
Sounds
have
cool.
tons of like fairy lights, Christmas lights. We're gonna have. I don't want to like over, kind of
overdo it.
Yeah, like give you too much overstate
Over
the expectation,
yeah,
but
over
it's gonna be pretty cool. I think that it's gonna be pretty well done.
I know. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Definitely
Better be.
excited. Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Going back to the point of like being in student council, is there like a is it hard to balance time in student council and like just schoolwork and sports if you do any sports or anything like that?
No, it's different for me because I've got a list of things going on at any hour during the day. It's never
Yeah.
but I do that on purpose. Like I make sure that I'm never really idle
Okay.
in whatever I do. Like after this, I think I'm gonna go across the street, and I don't think I know I'm gonna go across the street to Page Hilltop, and I've got some Lego League stuff that I'm gonna help out with, and so it wouldn't really I mean, when it comes to just student council, if we want to isolate that, no, it's not like a burden. It's not.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
It's fun for you.
It's a lot of
fun.
fun. It's relatively easy. I don't want to say it's easy, but
Yeah.
it's not hard.
hmm
It's not easy, but it's not
Yeah.
hard.
I guess everybody has like their own, depending on like
Right.
what they enjoy and what's too hard for them, and maybe
Right.
what their
It differs
preferences
per
are, yeah.
person. Right. Yeah. I mean,
that's good. Yeah.
I heard you mention sports at the beginning of that question, and it made me remember: are the student council going to bring back the 3-on-3 tournament, and if so, like how? Because of the gym.
Oof.
So
Oh yeah.
yeah, that was a nightmare from what I understand last year. So as everybody knows by this point, the gym is in some sort of
Renovation.
disrepair. I don't know.
a
Yeah.
window
It's
fell out, the
windows
wood's all
fell-
rotting.
Yeah.
It's understandable. old school,
Mhm.
old, oh, not old school, old gym.
It's understandable
Yeah.
it broke, but
Yeah,
should they
it's-
be fixing it? Should it be fixed by now?
Yeah, I mean,
Sort of.
eh.
Maybe I don't know.
I
don't
like
know.
to think it's probably I like to keep that mentality that's not that simple and that they're justified for their
Yeah,
duration of time. Which
Budget.
Give 'em the
realistically I
benefit
don't
of the doubt.
always follow that
Yeah.
mentality, but I do
Yeah.
my best. And the whole going back to that 3-on-3 thing, it was. I don't know for sure because I wasn't on student council last year, but it was a nightmare from what I understood. It was first, started at our gym, and then we had issues with that, so we tried to get
The elementary.
the elementary school, right, Page Hilltop. We tried to get. I think at one point we even tried to after it was canceled and delayed again. We tried to get it at the middle school gym, but then they had stuff, and it was just way too late to kind of schedule.
Then you had to send all the money back, and that
Yeah, the
was an
refunds.
even bigger
Oh,
issue
the
'cause you had to
refunds.
go
People-
find
the
the
refunds.
people.
People did not like that. But
The refunds
Yeah.
themselves were a nightmare. I think.
people gotta understand though, like it's
Pretty sure Shiloh still has PTSD from that.
So
Yeah,
you're
it's
basically gonna try and avoid
awful.
that situation at all costs again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something like the Powder Puff games. And that's kind of why we've sort of taken another path, and we haven't really turned onto that road because it's
Maybe give it a bit more time.
It's
think
definitely
about it.
yeah. We want to. It's I don't want to say it's a road less traveled, but it's a bumpy road. If we want to keep going that
Yeah.
analogy, it's a bumpy road, and it's not necessarily a reliable one. So we want to stick with the reliable stuff. We want to keep making sure people have fun, and coming up senior year, this is it. We're almost
Yeah.
there.
Mhm.
So
Almost
we
there.
gotta make sure that
You enjoy it while
money's
it
in the
lasts.
back. That's what it comes down to. Money's in the back of the head.
I'm sure we'll be fine though, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's yes.
We got this.
Well,
You got
yes.
this.
No,
You got
it
this.
will. Have faith.
Yeah.
Have faith.
That's important.
Absolutely.
Well, I think that wraps it up. I mean, we had a good conversation about homecoming and stuff revolving around that, and
Thank
I think
you
it
for
was a pretty
showing
good
up.
discussion.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank
This
you.
is legit. This is really cool.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
Yeah. If anybody wants to join,
Yes. Get
You
talk
definitely
to
need
one of
people.
us, or even
Basically
Brandon, maybe. I don't know.
Trying to bring back.
don't
what
you
our
rope
school
me
used
into
to
another
have.
club. Don't you do that.
I don't know, Brandon. You're pretty
You're
good
gonna
at
be
this.
a returning
I like
guest.
you here. Yeah.
Right. Get some of
Well,
the
I'd
others.
be happy to come back.
Get
This is
some of
honestly
the
really
other
cool.
student
I know.
council
I would
groups
come
to
back.
show up.
Absolutely. Yes. Get the whole student
Yes,
council
yeah.
here.
Actually, that was a
Oh.
plan, but the reality of it is
You
it's
need the
it's
actual
really
setup.
difficult for
yeah.
everyone. It's
Well,
just plan it in advance, really
Dude,
far.
everyone's schedules, especially with sports, so many
Yeah.
people are doing sports and
Yeah.
It's
trying to
impossible.
work that into
Hopefully
student council meetings
Yeah.
alone, and
Mhm.
it becomes
hopefully it slows
Becomes
down once all the sports are over in the winter.
you have
And
those
the
little
other
periods
clubs, yeah.
before the season.
Yeah, the
is-
break in between fall sports and then winter
Spring.
sports and
Yeah.
spring. That's probably a good time to do stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, thank you for
It
coming.
would take a lot of
Appreciate
coordination,
it.
and if you guys pull that off, I will applaud you. That would be
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah. Well,
So
thank you for coming.
Yeah,
That
of course.
About
Thank
wraps
you
it
for
up.
having me. Right on.